Hello, my loves, and welcome back to this series where I create characters from other franchises in Baldur's Gate. Today, I want to do Juno from Overwatch. Now, I've been getting back into Overwatch recently, just switched over to PC, which is insanely stressful. But I've been playing a lot of Juno since I've got back into it, and I think she is super fun, and I thought it'd just be cool to put her in Baldur's Gate. Now, I've had so many ideas for her, and I don't know what path to go down. Because I can go down the cleric path or the sorcerer path for her. I think either could work for her. But we're gonna just play it out as it goes along, see where we are led to and what we think works best. First of all, her race. I've considered elf. She's not an elf, but I still think elf is an option for her. I feel like she would be a very cute tiefling, but I don't think tiefling is the right option. I also considered Githyanki because, with her lore, it's heavily suggested that she's a Martian, not a human. So picking human for her kind of feels wrong, but she's also not exactly Githyanki, and I don't think Drow works for her. So I feel like human is the safest route to go down to get it as accurate as possible, I suppose. So for now, we're going to pick human. We're going to go with human. Obviously, if you don't think human works, that's fine by me. Now, class. Cleric. Cleric is... I have to fight the urge every time I make a support character in Baldur's Gate. Because, cleric is just the very obvious choice. You have a support character, you make them a cleric, all done. Apart from Moira. Moira, I didn't even consider being a cleric for a second. She was straight to rogue. But I just always feel this urge to put cleric just because of the whole healing thing. I do, however, think that warlock could work. Was it warlock or wizard that I thought would work? Because if we go, I think it was warlock, because the subclasses, I feel like we can kind of create the whole moon thing that she has going on. Storm sorcery isn't exactly like the whole moon thing, but I was thinking if the whole like devoted to the moon kind of vibes, but I do think I'm going to go with cleric. In her lore, it's kind of like she wants to save her planet, and she's I know she's a healer, so she's all about healing anyway. But if you look into her lore, she's very, very healing and caring about not just the people, but the planet as well. So I feel like cleric just makes a lot of sense for her in terms of her lore. And then subclass, I think I'm going to go with life domain. Obviously, the whole healing magic thing, and the god grants you healing magics. It's kind of like the moon grants her healing magics in my head. And I don't think any of the others were really like screaming Juno to me. Possibly the light domain, but I really think that life works for her. And then deity. I have thought about this a lot because there are obviously ones that are more kind of celestial than others, and I do think celestial is a good go-to for her, being from the moon and all. I feel like Mystria could work for her. But there was one specifically that caught my eye. Where is this man? I don't know. Where have you gone? I can't remember the name for the life of me, but I know which one I wanted. See, that has the moon. This could really work for her. But also, where? This one, Helm. Okay. The Watcher is an eternal sentry among the gods, representing guardians across the planes. After more than a century of fading worship, Helm's power was restored with the second Sundering. I feel like that works because of the whole guardian thing. You know, she wants to be a guardian for her planet, um, and the people or aliens or whatever that are on the planet, she wants to go back and save it and protect it. So I feel like the guardian aspect of this really really works for her. So I am going for Helm here. Um, However, I do think there are other ones that could work just as well for her. It just kind of depends which parts of her character and her lore you want to focus on when it comes to the character. Now, background. We have the good old acolyte serving the gods and guide you to greatness. I don't think that works. She's definitely not a criminal or an entertainer. Folk hero, I feel like could work because of the whole Guardian trying to save her planet and her people, and survival's one of the perks of it. Um, Outlander, you grew up in the wilds. Obviously, she didn't like grow up in the forest, but she grew up on a different planet. So I feel like that could work very well. Sage could work because of like the whole knowledge thing going on about her world, but I do think Outlander is the best choice for her. If you just kind of think of the wilds as the planet that she grew up on. And now we get to do my favourite part. I say that every time because I just love the character designing. Okay, I think this face could work for her well. She has quite like big bright eyes. So I want to kind of get the essence of her eyes going on because they're just very like big and beautiful. And I just think this works pretty well for her. And I'm going to try and get her skin tone as accurate as possible. But the photos make it very, very hard. I think this one could work pretty well for her, to be fair. So I think we're just going to go with this. I'm just going off pictures. I've got like 10 photos in front and I'm just trying to go off those. And then we want to do freckles, which she doesn't have, so we don't need to worry about that. She doesn't have a scar. And then eye colour. She has really beautiful, like brown, hazily eyes. I think that actually works very well for her, but we will have a look through and make sure we've got the one we wanted. So at the minute, brown 4 is screaming to me. I think I think brown 4, I think that's the one to go for, really. We can check this one. No, I think brown 4 is a very deep, dark brown. It's very gorgeous, so we'll go for that. And then tattoos, we do not need. Piercings, we do not need, to my knowledge. She doesn't have any earrings in or anything like that because her hair is covering her face. Makeup style, we just want some winged eyeliner. That one, to be fair, does work pretty well. She has quite distinctive eyeliner, but not too much. It's quite like... Actually, you know what? I feel like this could work pretty well for her because it's big and winged, but it's just like plain eyeliner. So I'm thinking either this one or this one. I do think this one captures the essence of her eyes a lot more than the other choices do. I'm just going to put the tint all the way up because it's very pronounced. And then we'll add a little bit of glossy, but not too much. And then lip tint, she has quite pale lips. We need to turn the tint up a little to achieve that. I think this could work pretty well. Or do we go for more of like a pinky colour? It needs to be more faint if we're doing pink. If I do that and then turn the intensity down, that one works pretty well. And it's pretty matte, so we don't need to add glossy or metallic. And then her hair, obviously her hair is very unique and it's got the whole little moon bangs going on. So we're just going to try our best here. It's quite short. This could possibly work. We want something quite like quirky and fun. We don't want to go boring for her because she does have very gorgeous hair. She has very strong front bangs. I do think this could work for her actually. I think if we try this and then we make her hair like a dark, it's either like a dark blue or dark purple. I'm gonna say it's dark blue. Um, I don't think the shade of purple that I want. No, the shade of purple that I want for her isn't on here, so we're going dark blue. Um, and then we make the highlights the purple, just a little bit lighter. Actually, she has quite a light purple, doesn't she? So I think this one works pretty well. And then if we turn the intensity up and see what it's like, there we go. And that is her hair, and there she is. I feel like the skin colour might be a little bit off, so I apologise for that. But here is Juno from Overwatch in Baldur's Gate. I feel like this is the closest that we can get. But if anyone has any suggestions, as usual, just comment below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.